Hello, friends. Hello, and happy day, happy moment wherever you are. Thanks for joining. I am Jen from Personal Power Life Coaching, and I am happy to be here with you in today's Personal Power segment for well being in mind, body, and spirit. I would like to share a notion that perhaps can help and is intended for us to be open to seeing life or perceiving it from a perspective of what brings meaning and purpose to your existence. And sometimes it feels that it becomes a really complicated and profound question, like what is the meaning of life? What is my purpose in life? What really matters? What will matter at the end of my life or his life or her life? As if there were one thing that applies for everyone. And right off the bat, the question emerges is whether that's even true, whether there is one unique and distinctive, clear, absolute truth of what the meaning is for everyone, or if that varies from person to person. And if that's the case, then there is no one meaning and there is no one important thing, because it will depend on the person and the thing, the situation and the life. So what brings me to this video for today is to just share a feeling that I recently received, which is that the only thing that really matters is how we treat each other and how we treat ourselves, and that including yourself, of course, first and foremost, because perhaps the way that we treat others is an extension of how we're treating ourselves, how you behave with yourself. So when you have a type of relationship with someone else or a type of interaction, consider whether that is something that is going on within you and your emotions and your energy, and whether you treat yourself in that way, whether it be loving and kind and generous and patient and understanding and compassionate, or whether that is impatient and rude or abrupt or judgmental or critical. And the likelihood is that we probably embody both, right? Because you may notice you treat some people differently from how you treat others. So even with ourselves, we treat people in different ways, and we treat ourselves in different ways depending on what the situation is. So I just bring to highlight this main idea, which is that all that really matters truly is how we affect and influence and make each other feel, or how we treat each other, how we connect each other. Because it just seems that from life experience, relationships, and we do impact people, and people do receive the influence of whether we say something or how we treat them. So without giving away your own power in terms of thinking that other people should treat you X, Y, or Z way, or thinking that other people's emotions or reactions depend on us, it's more about knowing that you have the power to control your own reactions, your own attitudes, and your own words, your own wisdom. You can control the way that your wisdom shines through from situation to situation or moment to moment, whether you're going through difficult periods in life or moments in the day, or whether things are really great. And to consider whether you take anyone for granted. If you're taking anything for granted, that is actually a huge blessing. And just acknowledging that your way of treating others does have an impact, and it can be extremely beneficial and extremely beautiful and powerful and so influential in the most lovely of ways. And so the invitation for all of us is just to remember that there is a lot of love in the world to give and to share and to receive. And for some reason, we sometimes hold back because of fear. And that fear emerges as fear of criticism or being judged or being labeled, misunderstood, of not being loved. And yet on the other side of that coin is the love and the light. And we can choose to abide more absolutely in that space of acceptance, starting with ourselves, accepting ourselves, bringing more peace and compassion to your own struggles, your own difficult thoughts, your own fearsome thoughts, and knowing that you may not always have it figured out, but that things are okay and that you're doing your best, and to flow with the changes and the shifts and the tides of every day and different months and weeks and even from hour to hour. And to allow yourself to remember that you can choose to be beautiful within and to shine a light of peace and harmony. The peace starts with you. Ease and flow start with you. Allowing and acceptance and understanding emerge and start only from you. And so if you can be that creator and difference maker in your life, you can live in these meaningful moments from moment to moment, starting with your own influence over how you speak, the words you choose, your vocabulary, the way that you even gesture towards others, being inviting, and starting with yourself, because that is the key to compassion. You may discover that people who are difficult personalities, who are hypercritical or just never happy with anything or difficult to satisfy, that reflects a deeper inner tendency towards being dissatisfied with their self or being unhappy with their own life factors, and that could be in their body or their work or their personal life, their relationship, or in their material possessions, or whatever it be. Those things reflect on the outside, no matter what kind of picture we're seeing. We can only see what we assume to be the case, but what we think is never the truth. It's just what we think is the reality, but it's not really the truth. It's just what you're thinking. And notice how even that changes from moment to moment, minute to minute, day by day. So rather than being based or rooted in our thinking patterns, try to see yourself as higher and above and beyond that, knowing that you are above that in a sense of greater love and peace, harmony and well-being. Because that is so, at least from my perspective. And if you notice, it comes from a space that opens you up to invite your own infinite presence, your own eternity, your own peace of mind. And I feel that peace of mind and peace and harmony and balance are a type of love. Beyond the love that we consider as loving your mate or even a family member, there's a deeper feeling of love when there's harmony and peace and well-being. And that's love, because love is the root of it all. Love is the origin of life, the lovingness, and love is what keeps the world going round. So, to bring it back full circle around the world, practice your own love. Practice your version of love. Whatever that is, ask yourself, what is your version of loving others? Loving your colleagues and your friends, how do you reflect that? And if you find yourself limited in that area, then maybe we are being limited with our own self-love and stingy with that. Because as within, so without, as above, so below, they say. I don't know which above they're talking about, because the planes are in the above. But the point is, the notion is to invite yourself to practice your own version of love and see what happens in your life and notice what unfolds, starting with your own inner sense of stillness and peacefulness, ease, and compassion, and all those virtuous qualities that make us feel more grounded and closer to God. whatever your definition of God may be, it abides and dwells in that space of simplicity and acceptance and even surrender, but not from a victim place, from a space of acknowledgement and awareness of that. So that's it, my friends. Treating each other the way that we treat ourselves, one of the oldest phrases in the book, but it's about just practicing your own version of love, your own copy of love, and be you. Okay, that's it for now from Personal Power Life Coaching, and may you have a continuous life of happy moments to happy moments, as one of my friends has told me, and many blessings to you. Peace, love, and light, harmony within to harmony without, and may you be happily ever after. Thanks for joining. Namaste from Jennifer at Personal Power Life Coaching. Bye.